Annectens, connecting professionals.
So let's get started. So welcome to all, and I hope everyone is doing it and fine. People still are joining. Please go on mute, please. Who's not speaking? All right. So let's start. Uh, yep. Okay. So, oh my God. Okay. So let's start. What is the topic that you can read it like perfect resume since it's already been announced? What is perfect resume in your mind? What comes as a perfect resume? What it is and how it should look like? My pen is not there showing again. One second, let me get my pen here. So yeah, guys, you can go on mute and unmute yourself and tell me what is perfect resume in your mind. What it is.
Perfect resume is nothing but the overall details about our career and the skills which we have achieved.
Yeah.
And apart from that, all the experiences in crisp manner.
With all these
Absolutely.
key points, keywords are the main thing according to.
Okay. Yep. Vimla. Anyone else? Just let me fix this epic pen by the time. Yep.
So, keywords is the major role which plays in the resume.
Okay. So keyword is the essential thing that we should keep in our resume. What else? What else, guys?
Short summary of experience.
Okay.
Hello, Ajit here.
Yes, Ajit.
Our resume should be perfectly crafted with what we have achieved, what we have implemented in our career, where we stand, and we have to
Uh-huh.
also gauge the requirement of the
Mm-hmm.
designation of the post which is being asked. Because what
Okay.
happens is, uh, 99% or majority of the resume gets blocked at the screening level, if I am not wrong. Because
Absolutely correct.
the interviewer, the recruiter who is screening the resume, will be
Mm-hmm.
looking at some phrases or some words or some
Mm-hmm.
technical jargons which we may not
Right.
include in the resume. And even if we could have stand qualified for the interview, we are dropped out. Our candidature is dropped out from the selection.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Correct.
believe
Correct.
this session will help us in that regard.
Absolutely. Absolutely true.
Thank
So,
you.
as we talked about perfect resume as a whole summary, so perfect resume is a combination of your strategic content. Okay, whatever you have done in your past or in your like your projects, your technical aspects, whatever you have tailored so far, you need to craft in such a way so it will match the job role that you're going to apply or whatever job post you're going to apply for. Okay, so what are the key aspects that we need to focus on? As I heard, like we need to have the first thing, I think we talked about the keywords, right? We need to have the keywords. We need to be clear about whatever job roles or responsibility we are doing. We need to talk about that. Okay, and objective should be clear, right? Objective should be clear, and your motive, like wherever company you are applying for, your description, the job description or objective, I would say, that should be strong enough. That summary that should be concise, impactful, and strong enough so that people like, so screening, who does the screening? HR people, right? HR people. Do they know about your expertise, or are they like technically sound? No, right? They do not know anything about what you have done, what is Jenkins or whatever the DevOps tool. They have no idea about it, and they do not have technical expertise in that. What is the focus here? What they do actually, what they check, the format. Okay, so how is the format of the resume? Okay, first thing they check the format, and then they check how concise. Okay, how concise have you mentioned the objective? Okay, if you are not clear about your objective, if you're not clear about what you're going to do or what you have been doing, okay, then for them to identify your strength, it becomes tougher, right? So to summarize your experience, I have seen so many resumes, like people have like I have written it like 10 lines or 15 lines only about their objective, which does not work. Then whatever duties that you have performed, whatever achievements that you have, performed, or you have quantified any result, something like in your infrastructure, you have contributed something which you have impacted or quantified the result, we need to mention that as well. Okay, so first thing, let's talk about it. What we're gonna talk about first, let's clear our vision. Okay, let's clear about our objective. Okay, what we're going to do. So first thing, we need to talk about the career objective. Okay, here, career objective, you need to mention the concise summary. Okay, you need to talk about the concise summary. For example, we all are coming from the EUC background. Okay, so EUC background, what we require, primary objective for a EUC person, like I'm working as a EUC architect. Okay, so that is my primary objective, right? That is my primary objective. So I need to be very clear that my primary objective is to collaborate or become like as an EUC architect, so that I can drive the transformation and innovation. Okay, that is the first piece. I'm very much clear about my objective, what I'm looking forward or what I'm doing. I'm working as a EUC architect. Okay, and this is my objective. Now, what tools or what technology do I take with this EUC architect? So I do manage endpoint, okay, administration, right? Plus I do manage modern workplace. Okay, plus I do manage cloud. So cloud, I would say security. Okay, so these things I do manage as an EUC architect. So I need to mention that on first piece. Okay, on the first page, I need to mention my career objective. This is at the end. I'll give you a sample resume as well. Okay, so I think I would say 80% of stuff is already there. Okay, you just need to customize few of the things according to your uh, like information, like what is your university where you have completed your BTech or BCom or whatever. You need to mention that, and then which company, what is your experiences, and all sort of things you need to mention, and little bit ups and down, because I want everyone to not copy the same but try changing something somewhere, because if you are making the same replica, it would be difficult for others to get the jobs, because if the same resume is being replicated, it will be difficult for there will be challenges for applying. So first thing, your primary objective should be clear. You should be knowing what is your roles and responsibilities and what are your expertise. Okay, mention that on the first page. Right. Then what is your long term, okay, what is your long term vision? Okay, what is your long term vision? So in my case, I am looking for enterprise and cloud architect. Okay, I'm just moving out from EUC as a small portion of world. I'm moving in entire cloud architect role. Okay, an entire cloud. So cloud role, I need to, as an architect, I need to secure the cloud role. I mean, cloud environment. I need to automate certain things. Okay, at certain level, I need to mention that I'm looking forward for the high level of security. How do I do the customization, optimization of resources, and how can I leverage infra so in the lesser cost uh, we can get more results out of it, right? So that is what we are requiring as a technical as a cloud architect, right? So do not just talk about we are going to do the improvement and all sort of things. Mention your strength first. Like I have been like as a technical and a specialist, it's been like 5 years of experience in cloud infrastructure and automation. I've been recognized as a learning ambassador for driving innovation and continuous improvements. All sort of things you can mention in your objective summary. Okay, that will make your resume stands out and it will make a strong impact. Okay, because it's very concise. It's only 2 or 3 lines summary where you mentioning your strength, where you are bringing whatever your role you have been tied for, and then you are so objective may be different for others as well. Maybe you want to showcase something else, but as an I want you on this everyone on the same page. So try making something where your core area reflects then your experience. Okay, so I'll just write it down. So first thing, try your role. Okay, then your experience. Okay, and then talk about the technology, and then whatever your maybe awards, okay, or accolades. So you mention like this. So if I craft objective here, so as a technical specialist with 5+ years of experience in cloud infrastructure and automation, I've been recognized as a learning ambassador for driving innovation and continuous improvement. So I talked about I'm a technical analyst or technical specialist. I have 5+ years of experience and I am working in cloud technology and automation. I have been recognized as a learning ambassador for driving innovation and continuous improvement. Okay, so that objective is crisp and clear, and it's very much aligned with the role that you have been doing or you are applying for. Okay, so that does not create a chaos, and people can easily identify. And then when you talk about the long term, okay, vision, so it will also impact. So I'll do one thing. I'll also let me see if I can run through the resume parallelly. Is it? Yeah, here it is. Okay, so let's talk about it. Okay, first thing here, if you see, in this resume, you need to talk about your contacts. Okay, your contact details. Okay, this is where you need to talk about your contact details. Like this is my email address. So as soon your resume is coming in front of HR, she is or he is knowing that this is the email address where I need to communicate, right? Then which location are you from? Okay, maybe you are from Chennai, maybe, or you are from different location. Then mention your mobile number. What is your mobile number? Because I see people, keeping their mobile number at the last of the page, or their email address and LinkedIn and all. They are keeping it in the last of the page. Okay, so do not do like this. Keep it on front and make it in such a way so it looks, better and crisp and clear. Then in the bold, okay, you need to mention your name. Okay, uh, for example, I see Lakshmi. Okay, Narayan. Okay, so mention your name in the bold here. Then show your accolades. Okay, you have seen this on police and other nationalist, like we have Indian armies and all. So they showcase their awards. They show it on the badges on this their uniforms. Okay, on top of it. So on this is what we are also here. We have earned these badges, and we need to show it on top of the resume. Okay, like this is what I am already certified and I'm already awarded for. So it will make an impact. Okay, if I'm looking for a UC architect, and if a person is already having MD 102, okay, he's already having AZ 900, AZ 104, and AZ 305. So do I need to look for a second chance to review the entire role and all? No. I know this person is already qualified, is already having enough experience and already having a good certificates. So he must be having a good knowledge about the area, right? Then next thing comes your objective. Okay, so objective is something that I said it should be crisp and clear, and it should be like whatever role you are in. For example, here, if I say I'm working as a EUC, architect, or I'm working as a EUC engineer, okay, that doesn't matter. But I want to whatever aspired role I am going to apply for. Okay, this is what I am going to mention here, that I'm going to join as an enterprise architect, where I can leverage my expertise and this then that and call out security and all sort of innovation. Okay, that is the objective. Okay, crisp and clear. Then vision. What is my vision? So this is a vision that I want to become as an enterprise cloud architect. So whatever your vision, if you are for example, if you are a EUC engineer, okay, so your next target would be architect. Okay, and then your target would be cloud. Okay, so we need to come out from EUC as soon as possible. Okay, as soon, because now AI is the one, okay, which is like running like a demon. Okay, it's like a monster right now. So AI is purely for those people. I have heard so many of my friends, okay, they got released from their project just because the AI has implemented. I have so many people I know that they are belonging from service desk industry. They just lost their job because there is agentic, okay, AI is now placed. So what agentic AI do? Whatever chat, earlier we used to do a chat here, right? So customer or user is just putting his requirement, and then a service desk guy, he used to come here and then he used to answer the queries, right? Now because of agentic AI, this task has already been taken care uh, by AI. Okay, so now these service desk agents, these are not required. Okay, and this AI tool can, simultaneously it can work and can, reply to 100 plus users at the same time, where we require 100 people to manage this show, right? So we do not require 100 people nowadays. We require only one agentic AI that we can integrate with, LLM. We can like train it with LLM, and we can use the ML to train it and then put it in the codes here, and then target the whatever your resources, just target it to that, and it will start working as a normal agent. Okay, it will talk like as a normal agent. So Now service desk lost their job, and they're blaming that because of agentic AI we lost the job. So if you know, like, from traditionally, okay, traditional way, we used to have big industries like sugar factories and all sort of, big giant factories were there, where laborers were, earning. They were used to go there and work hard, especially nowadays, because of the automation, because of the new machinery, new AI thing. Okay, these things has already been, curbed. This has already been gone from the industry. Okay, now no one is using. Now if you are coming from automobile, okay, so now painting and all to the cars. Okay, earlier it was something, it was really tedious, because it was really effective affecting the bodies. Okay, the air pollutions, whatever we are painting, at that time, the airs, the amount of whatever those paint thing, the fragrance and whatever you say that comes in your body, that affects you. So your survival rates decreases by 10 or 20% rather than to normal people. So that has now been kicked up. Now that has been taken care by the automobile automation piece. Okay, now robots are doing painting on the cars and all sort of things. So automation is everywhere. It's just not a IT industry. It's everywhere. We just need to adopt that thing. We need to learn. Okay, learn the new technology, adapt it. Okay, and then ensure that you are utilizing it. Okay, so now if you guys are coming from EUC, and if you have done imaging, okay, in past, you must be knowing that imaging was something like 45 to 1 hour, stuff. And to make the task sequence, okay, test it on different models and all this, all lots of things, it was like 1 week or 2 weeks of job to manage all the show. And then you start deploying that, to the machines. Okay, you're deploying this to the machines, and then you're looking at the results, how fruitful your task sequence is working, and what if the driver change gets changed in between, or there is any new package that is coming with the latest version, and your vendor wants to add that to enhance the functionality of the application. So it was really tedious task. And if you come to those people, if you just tell them, like, now I we have autopilot, okay, that we do not require all those things, a manual method, he will, like, he will uh, he will be very much sad, because the expertise that he is having, from last 20 years, I would say. I know one person, he's from 20 years he was doing this imaging task management, task sequence and all sort of things. Now companies has implemented autopilot, and they have dismissed that person, that we do not require that person. So he is not doing imaging and all sort of thing. He is just overseeing how the environment is working, and if there is any expertise is required, then only we are uh, utilizing that person. And also here, the salary package that were given to him earlier, it has also been decreased, because they said, like, now automation is working and autopilot is there, and lots of new techs and techniques that has come. So we do not require the old legacy methods. We require all new legacies, and I mean all new modern approaches. Okay, so that is what I'm trying to say. EUC is there. Okay, EUC is there. It will never going. But now, since AI has pitched in, there is lots of things that we need to learn. I hope if you guys are familiar with SCCM, if you have worked on this SCCM, so majority of the companies, even Microsoft itself, okay, they are promoting their cloud solutions. Okay, now they are deprecating SCCM. They are promoting cloud solutions. So what if you're still using SCCM in your environment as a legacy approach, and if you do not learn cloud, it will be difficult for your sustainability. in the market. Okay, one more thing, if you have come across, if you have like searched for any Intune job, okay, these are the keywords I'm telling: Intune or SCCM or EUC engineer. Okay, so the amount or the job, I would see it will be like something around 20%. Okay, it's not more than that. But at the same time, if you search for AI, okay, if you search for agentic AI, okay, or you search for DevOps, okay, you will see the market is open for this more than I would say 70% of the market. You will find this same thing. Okay, and also the salary bracket, if I would say here, if it is something like 10 to 35L, okay, just giving you 35L is something like you have very good experience and you're working on. So 35L, here it is starting something around 18L, it's going something 87L. Okay, so the difference is what? AI. Okay, so difference is what? No one wants you to, work purely as an old legacy method. Even though in interviews also they have started, what AI tools, okay, have you used so far in your infrastructure? What automation have you done in your technology? And what AI tool can you use so reduce the costing, and you can, implement something where we can uh, curb, or we can cut short the manual methods, and we can do the automation so we can enhance the productivity more than 50%. So we need to learn now AI, and AI is something which is like, uh, it is like, it's like it's going lightning speed. Okay, we have very lesser time to catch this up. If we are not figuring it out what to do in terms of learning and leveraging the new tools and technologies, it would be really difficult. So that's why I'm saying, yeah, now your career goal should be like, I am EUC like engineer. Okay, so I should go to architect. Okay, and from here you need to go to AI, and then complete Azure or AWS, whatever is it, uh, you know uh, engineer, I would say, or maybe solution architect. Okay, so that should be the rule, that should be the path: engineer, architect, AI. In architect you need to combine AI, and then move to Azure or AWS as a solution architect. Maybe you can go with, depends upon your marketplace. Okay, if you're looking for something Azure, so it's again coming from Microsoft. So like Microsoft Azure is having the data center count is more than any other cloud providers right now in the market. Okay, so Azure is having the uh, more data centers than anyone in the cloud environment right now. So that's why your eligibility for getting jobs and expertise, if you are having one of the cloud tool, if you have expertise in that, it will be your sustainability in the market, becomes easier. And in response of, if you apply for a job, you said just I know Intune. Okay, at the same time I'm applying for a job that I know Intune, I know automation. Okay, and I have used AI tools as well. Okay, and Gen AI. So my selection would be faster than yours. Okay, and I can also get a package of 60L where you will be compromising on 20 or 25L. Okay, so that is the difference. So my motive is to talk about this, is like upgrade yourself. Okay, and talk more about what you can do, in terms of. So let's come back here on the slide. So we talked about the objective and vision. Okay, so our vision should be clear, that we are now going to talk about the implementation of agentic AI and how we can leverage that. Okay. Next thing, we are going to talk about the professional expertise. So professional expertise and architectural leadership. So here we will be talking about the total years of experience. Okay. So this is where we will be talking about, like, I have a 10 plus years of experience, or I have 15 plus years of experience. We need to talk about it. So 15 years of experience of what? Okay, what you have done. So this is where you need to mention designing and plus implementation. Okay, this is where you need to talk about what you have done in your 15 years of experience. Okay, mention that I have good experience with designing and implementing enterprise grade solutions. Okay, maybe like endpoint management, so you can mention that. So like I have good experience in endpoint management. Okay, and I have a good experience with security postures. Okay, plus I have a good knowledge about the cloud based solutions. Okay, so we can talk about this. Plus if you are having a good exposure, okay, maybe at level of 15 you might have a good exposure of managing the team as well. Okay, so you can mention that 8 plus years. It's by default. Okay, if you say that you will be purely in technical area, you will not touch upon the management and all, it will be not working like that. Till 10 years it's okay. Okay, you can become a pure technical, but after 10 plus years of experience, the engagement of your technical plus managerial role, comes together, and people expect you, because since you have a good rich experience of expertise in the area, now you should delegate that. Okay, you should start delegating that. So they expect you that you will delegate your knowledge and you share your experience so that it can help other team members to utilize your knowledge and implement the same. So 8 plus of experience, you can mention that I have a good leadership skills and I have managed the team, and I have also worked on with the help of team, we have secured security postures, and my entire EUC infrastructure is compliant. We have designed a scalable approach where we not getting much tickets. Issues are coming very less, and we have less dependency on Microsoft itself. We are managing the entire show, and also we keep on looking at the engagement of customers, so we can give the best results to our users, and we are striving to get more and more feedbacks from the users, so we can cut short those extra burdens. Maybe we are working as a, we are stepping into the customer's shoes, and we are identifying what could be the next thing that we can we can automate. Okay, what could be the next thing that we can implement to scale the infrastructure? Okay, what could be the next thing that we can reduce costing? Okay, what sort of licenses, okay, that we can we can use it. Maybe what tools that we can suggest as an alternative, where we do not require paying extra for one tool which is more expensive and lesser in use. Okay, so these sort of things is your requirement as a professional expertise to identify and give it to the customer. Okay, your customer or your user or your client, whatever you say. Okay, it is your responsibility to take care of your entire EUC infrastructure and your environment. Okay, so maybe people say, like, I have very less years, I have only 5 years of experience. Okay, in my domain, I'm newbie, maybe it's been like just 5 years and I'm not good at management and all sort of things. So what to do in this? So 5 years of experience. Now the good thing is, like, AI is there. Okay, you need to learn AI, you need to learn cloud, maybe Azure or AWS. Okay, start learning cloud. Okay, and see if we can suggest your client to use the AVD possibly. Okay, so we can reduce the cost, or maybe anything that we can shift from legacy to the latest modern workplace. So it's your time. If you have a less years of experience, it's brilliant. It's brilliant now because you have good amount of time. You are at the right place, okay, and right time, right place. Okay, we just need to identify where we can do the automation, where we can implement the modern tools and techniques, and we can leverage that so that clients can get the fruitful results. Now, if I say, okay, sir, that is fine. That is for 5+ of years of experience. Okay, what about us? We are now at 10+ of years of experience. So 10 years, okay, you have experienced EUC. Okay, now you know better what things you can change. All right, what things you should not touch, what should you can change, like autopilot. Okay, I'm giving you this example again and again. Autopilot is the biggest leap, I would say, where you can tell that, see, you're looking for now legacy, switch to autopilot now. Okay, now this will save lots of money. And why to dependent on a system? Why to keep the on-prem infrastructure if we can leverage everything on autopilot? So in our environment, we used to have one location at Baltics and one location at Kista. So we in Sweden, the two locations where we used to have SCCM. Now we thought of moving it entirely. Now we thought of moving this. Now we thought of moving the entire, Kista and Baltics. We tried to entirely move it to cloud. Okay, and we suggested client to start using the autopilot. Okay, and we are doing the POC. So in POC, we told like we will still keeping SCCM for 1 year. Okay, and if everything goes well, okay, we will entirely move the all 7,000 plus devices to autopilot. Okay, that is what we have suggested. And whatever new machines we are getting from OEM, okay, that will be directly coming to autopilot. So this is what we have suggested, and we have also shared the reducing cost. If we are implementing autopilot, how we can save the money, and customer is really happy, and he is also happy with the POC of the project, and he is now looking forward to implement that autopilot in full fledged. So this is where your professional expertise comes into the picture. You need to showcase your expertise. Now this is what I was talking about. 10 plus years of experience guy. Okay, now I say I have 15 years of experience. What to do now? So for me, if I break it, so 10 years is technical plus 5 years is leadership. Okay, so I know how to manage these people. Okay, so if I say I have a team of 25 people, let me clear it up in everything. Okay, for example, I have a team of 25 people. Okay, so out of 25 people, I need to identify like 5 people are there. They are good with the technical. Okay, and maybe 5 people are for Windows. Okay, maybe, and I have 5 people for Mac. Okay, and now I have 5 people, they are good with the cloud security maybe, and I have how much is 15, and I have like 10 people, they are good with security. Okay, so what I'll do a cross scaling. Okay, I will do a cross scaling of these people, and I will tell this Mac guy, okay, so teach everyone how to operate Mac. Okay, this security guy, I will teach everyone how to operate cloud security, how to manage the infrastructure, how to safeguard using the defender and all sort of things. Okay, what is SOC alerts, what is SOC specialist does, all sort of things I will tell him to teach our people. Okay, then Windows guy, I will tell him like teach to Mac guy. Okay, maybe Mac guy would not be interested in that, but I will tell, like, teach the same to Windows guy, to security and other people, to know that what you have been doing. And the same thing is with this guy. So it was Windows, Mac, and security, and this was what so cyber security, and five people were I'm just forgetting this. So what I'm trying to say, like, we need to cross skill. This is what I would say, 10 plus of years of experience, 10 plus 5 years of experience guy he will do. So 5 years he will do the leadership where he will train, and 10 years of experience he will tell in the coaching. Okay, this. So that's way you can make your your entire team in such a professional level, so wherever they also go and apply for the job, they will also thank you for the same. Okay, that is what I'm doing right now in my environment. So I'm coming from my experiences, is nothing that is theoretical. Whatever I have experienced in my life, whatever I have learned as an EUC architect, the same I'm telling. Now if I say I have more than 15 years of experience, what to do now? So again, for 14 or 15 years of experience, you should be know what to do next. Okay, it's very much plain. Now if you are going in leadership, okay, so you should be more into the management. Okay, so management wise, you need to know the vendor management. Okay, people management. Okay, all sort of things you should know now. Okay, and it is vital that, like, it's been 15 years you have been working with your EUC or wherever the technology is. You should start pushing people to upgrade. Okay, upgrade to the latest technology, maybe AI or Azure. Okay, and DevOps. Okay, all sort of technologies you can tell. So in EUC, I'll just tell, for example, if you as a EUC guy, so first of all, you need to learn Azure or AWS. Okay, that is the first thing. All right, then you need to know the programming language. So maybe PowerShell or Python. Python is very easy. So Python can be, I mean, PowerShell and Python both are easy. You can easily grasp it. Then DevOps tool. So maybe you can Jenkins, or maybe Docker or Kubernetes. Okay, you can learn that. That will help. Then for configuration management, I'm not sure if it will help you, but Ansible or Terraform, if you have heard, so that will also help with the configuration management. Monitoring tool, you should know some monitoring tools, maybe Prometheus, or not sure about any monitoring tool that you have using in your environment. You can learn that. And then your soft skills. So soft skills, maybe you can talk about the problem solving, or you can talk about your communication. Okay, or you can talk about the leadership. Okay, whichever. These soft skills is like, after 10 plus years of experience, you should know these soft skills, so you can have a better leadership. So once, if you're a good leader, okay, people rely on you. Okay, people know that you already have a good experience in your technical aspects. You are a good leader, your communication is better, you are having a problem solving approach. So people, in companies, they like people like you. Okay, they don't want a people who is just sitting alone and is doing all technical aspects, everything he's doing, but he is not good at communication. He does not have a good people management. He does not have a good rapport with other team members, but he is good, so he will not be rated all the time 5 or 5 plus. Okay, he will be requiring to connect with other people, so he can have a good repo, and people should know around each other, like how is it. So first, you need to be a good human being. You need to be a good behavioral skill set. So people should, you know, rely on you, okay, and they know that you are a good with others. If you are a leader like 15 plus, okay, you should know how to connect with other people and how get your task done, okay. Do not say straight away to no to anyone, okay. If anyone is asking you to do something, do not say no to anyone, okay. Try to change it to diplomatically, okay. There are a lot of phrases that you can learn that is part of communication, like how to say straight away no instead of saying, if I say, could you please generate a report for me, okay, and I want this on by Monday. So today is Sunday, but you are you are now outside with your family, okay, you don't have your laptop. So what you can say, like, see, yeah, thank you, but I do appreciate you have given me this task at this small time, and at this scale I'll definitely try to do my level best. But if if I require something, some help from you, so could you help me or assisting me, or could you guide me someone who can who had already been doing this past, so I can connect with him and I can get this. So try. So yeah, Bimla.
Viber, shall I share here? I actually prepared few resume with this such points few.
There is a sample resume that I'm gonna give you at the end of the class.
Hello?
Okay, can you hear me?
Now, yes, Viber.
Yeah, I'm saying at the end of the class I'll give you the sample resume.
Sure, sure, yeah.
Okay, so this is what I was trying to say, that straight away don't say no. Tell like, okay, I'll be doing it. Certainly, if you can guide me or you can assist me, someone who can help me out with this. And if I can collate the data and I can sit on Monday's morning and I can get this done. So straight away, do not say no, but yes, try being diplomatic. All right. So this was your professional expertise. All right. And let's talk about the next is your core technical pillars. Okay. So core technical pillars is something like you are talking about your expertise in certain technologies. Okay. Now I say modern device management. Okay, modern device management. So I would say that I have a deep understanding of hybrid. Okay, hybrid environment. I have a deep understanding of hybrid environment. I have a deep understanding of security. Okay, I have a deep understanding about Windows lifecycle. Okay, and I have a deep understanding of the identities. Okay, cloud identities. I have a deep understanding of cloud identities. So these are my core pillars I'm talking about. Okay, I am very much aware what I'm doing, and I am associated or I am using my Microsoft technologies. So focus on Microsoft technologies. If you are using AWS, okay, focus on that. So tell that for overall modern device management, I am good with hybrid environment. I know how to work with compliance, how to work with autopilot provisioning, conditional access, zero touch, trust architecture, all sort of things you can mention here. Security wise, you can tell that I'm good with the security baselines, endpoint protection, or I have a team, a SOC team who checks the threats and vulnerability management. Okay, and we are good with the attack surface reduction, ASR rules, and all sort of things, Microsoft Defender. So I am much aware about how do these things work. So security wise, I'm good. And for Windows lifecycle, so now Windows 10 is end of the life, right? So Windows 10 is end of the life. You should tell like, okay, I have a proven expertise in OS deployment, and we have recently migrated entire end of Windows 10 to Windows 11. And for patching, software distribution, BitLocker encryption, Defender, ATP, all sort of things, I am very much confident of doing it. Okay, so Windows lifecycle is something that is a core area of EUC. Okay, so you can mention that. And then cloud identities, so mention that you are good with Entra. Okay, Entra ID, and Entra ID is nothing but just a cloud form of Azure your Active Directory in the cloud form. So mention that your group policy, you are good with group policies, privileged identity management, and all sort of things. We are good at this. So these are the core areas. If you're talking about and you telling like your expertise in that, it makes more uh, your resume more strong. Okay, it gives the more technical aspects, like yes, you know your environment and you know what are the four core pillars where you need to stand. Okay, that is the core technical areas. And then let's talk about the operational and strategic skills. So here you can operational wise, operation is every client is looking forward for the operations. Okay, they are not concerned about you how architect level knowledge you have. If it's like, for example, it's a bank. Okay, they do not worry about how fast the UPI transfer is going to be. Okay, they are only concerned about whether their users are able to make the transaction, whether how much time, okay, is it taking, and is it secure. Okay, and then it is it like during this transaction, are we also looking for threat and any potential threats maybe. Okay, are we checking that? And uh, identities, as we talked about. Okay, so it does not need like I am a user and my identity is being stolen and someone is logging on behalf of me in my account and is just stealing my money. So bank does not bother about these UPI transfer technology and all architect level, nothing. They have very much these operations. Okay, are these operations performing well or not? I mean, I'm just only counting these 4 or 5 things, but apart from it there could be a number of things, right? So your responsibility as an engineer, as an architect, do the automation or scripting. Okay, first thing is do the automation and scripting. You should be knowing good about PowerShell or Graph API or maybe Azure automation, whatever you can think of, for the reporting endpoint operations. You should be focusing on this first. Okay, then how good are you with documentations? Okay, or SOP, standard operating procedure. Okay, how good are you with this? Then so here documentation, there are like one is high level of documentation and then it says low level of documentation. So high level of documentation is like 30,000 plus feet. Okay, you're creating some document. Okay, just talking about the overall, like this is how the infrastructure will look. Low level document, so for example high level document is this is something okay, this is something my car. Okay, so from outside you can see that this is the car, and this looks like this something this, right? But at the same time, if I say this is the car, but this is a high level of documentation, but if you go more deep in that, so you have this tire thing, you have lights, okay, then engine, then all sort of thing, then cabin, okay, and then backside, all sort of thing, and their entire equipments running inside. So these are the low level of document. So you should be knowing high level of document, low level of the document, what is the RASI. Okay, I hope everyone is knowing responsible, accountable, and contactable, and I think I for someone who takes care about it, who's taking off the entire operations thing. So that is what we need to do about it. What about the BCP? Okay, so how does BCP, what is your top plan? Is there any documentation for business continuity plan? What if there is flood coming in Chennai? So are we having any backup in Mumbai, or how are we going to operate if something goes down? This I'm talking about the bank approach. Okay. Then what about vendor management? Okay. So as a EUC, you should be knowing like which model, okay, we should be continuing with. Okay, what should be the valuation of operating system licenses and all sort of things. We need to connect with vendor and we need to talk about. So I'm not only talking about the hardware level. Okay, I'm also talking about the application level. For example, some applications which require a vendor intervention, maybe we require some upgrade with the license, or maybe we require a package for the same. We need to have that knowledge. Then methodology is something. Methodology is something you should be well aware about agile and scrum. Okay, so we should be knowing how to drive this in cross functional collaboration. As I talked about, I have 5 people from this, then 5 people from this, 5 people from this, 5 people from this. So I want to make this agile so I can have a like iterative delivery. Okay, it's just not one person is sitting like I am doing a SCCM deployment. Okay, and I'm having a dependency of package from my application team. Okay, and I'm just sitting idle. Why? Because my package is not there, or maybe the package does not have a detection logic, something like that. Okay, and it's not working for me. So at that point of time, I'll not be sitting. I'll connect with this application packaging team. I'll tell like this is what I want, and this package is not working out for me. So they will fix the problem. They will come to you, give it to you, and you will deploy that in the production, right? You'll deploy in the production and that will work. So that is what the iterative delivery, that is where the agile and scrum comes into the picture. Okay, then what thing you should mention here, your domain exposure. Okay, so for example, I have worked with the finance institution. Okay, I have worked with the maybe healthcare. Okay, I have worked with telecom, or I have worked with banking. So you need to show your exposure. You know, you maybe you have worked with FMCG. Okay, so you need to mention that is your exposure, and this is what I am coming as an experience from this domain exposure, technologies or domains where I have implemented EUC strategies like this, okay, as a development, and that is I have a very vast and robust experience for these domain exposure, so I can implement that here as well. So that way your resume will be to the next level, right? Identifying you as an you have a good exposure from all those technologies, that will help. Then it comes to your project expertise, your project experience. So whatever projects you have mentioned or you have worked, you need to talk all about it. Okay, you worked on banking. Okay, in that project what you did and how much percentage wise, I would say you need to mention like for example, I have said I have led 20 uh, plus apps to Azure, okay, as a migration, and I have saved downtime to 30%, okay, something like that. Okay, so talk about the percentage wise, what have you done? Okay, for example, you mentioned that I have automated, okay, certain things with Jenkins. Okay, if you have used it or not, not sure, but with Jenkins you have automated something. Maybe you have automated something from your PowerShell. Okay, so you can mention that I have created a script which is like for example, uh, every patch Tuesday, before that we are running a report where we are identifying how many machines are pending to restart. I have prepared a PowerShell script which are targeting this through a registry. Okay, and then these are showing prompts to the users and restarting the machines as user is clicking on yes or no. Okay, whatever depends upon your prompts. So you can mention that this is how we have reached good compliance now, and we have also showcased this to the client that see these machines were pending restart from last 1 month or 2 months. People were not restarting. Now because of our script, this has achieved, and the compliance is now significantly higher. So that we can talk about it. Then collaboration with cross-functional teams. You can mention that we have improved system reliability, performance, and all sort of things. I have mentored. Okay, mention this. Mentoring is very crucial, and if you're doing in your company, okay, they will definitely cheer you up for this role, because instead of hiring someone from outside, if you are mentoring your team, you're coaching. So I do personally for my entire organization. I've been awarded for 4 times, 5 times for learning ambassador. So every now and then, every new technology that comes, I teach to my company people, and I tell like this is what you need to do next in your career. Okay, this is what. So coaching and giving you career graph definitely helps. So when you're mentoring, you are also giving a good technical workshop to your team members, so that they will also be upskilled. Okay, and if they are upskilling, okay, they will definitely help you in your job role. If you are doing something, 10%, by adding these people in your upskilling these people, that becomes 30%, right? And then it becomes 50%. So you are also reducing your cost. Why? See, now I see I'm only doing EUC architect work, okay, which is like 80% of my time is consuming for resourcing and all sort of thing, planning, architecture, and all sort of. Okay, now what if I delegate this 20% to someone? Okay, so I have 60% plus I have 20% additionally, which I can do something in my learning. Okay, plus implementing. Okay, so now I will not stick to that 80% entirely, because my entire time is going here. Now if I have a skills, these people who can contribute 20% of my job role. For example, I've been creating a report, okay, or I have been working on the documentation. Now I have told these people like take this 20% task and do it for me. Okay, so this 20% have saved my time, right? And I have 60%, now 20% I can learn something new and I can implement that, right? So start delegating, learn and delegate with others, so that it will save your time and it will give you fruitful result. So at the end, I would say time is equal to money, right? Everyone is aware about it. So if you can like add up new skills, so you can in the less time you can do much more production wise implementation, you can do costing, and you can save lots of manual efforts, where you can also save lots of money. And if you are skilled enough, okay, people give you extra money. Okay, they don't bother of saving that money. Okay, instead of you doing like a 4% job, if you are doing alone, okay, definitely your expertise and your dependency becomes higher than these 4 people. All right, so that was the core key project experience and exposure, right? And then at last you can talk about the your academic background. Okay, so what you have learned in like what education have you come from, and where you have completed your graduation, then high school, as enter whatever. Okay, so all this background and certifications, you can certification we already talked about it, but we have only given the badges on top of it. Now you can talk about the certifications here. So maybe you have done your MD 102 in 2025, right? Before that you have completed your in 2021 you have completed your AZ 305. So mention all these things, okay, and then showcase this to your, and at the end you can talk about the personal details okay, whatever you have. Okay, so let's come and let's review our resume here. Okay, so I'll start again. Few people have joined just now, so let's talk first. So this is where I said we need to have the communication thing. Okay, we need to mention where the communication is, what is your email address, what is your phone number, which location you are from. Okay, then your name should come in the bold. Whosoever is taking care, looking at your resume, he should know what is your name. All right, what is your badges. Okay, so these badges, whatever, like MD 102, then AZ 305, I think AZ 305, this is 900. Okay, whatever, I mean, certification you have done, you can mention here. Okay, that this is what I have done, I have completed. Then talk about your objective. So objective, as I said, talk about the aspired role you are applying for or you are in, and then next your vision, like in 4 years or 4 years plus, this is what you want to achieve. You want to go in the cloud solutions, right? So that was the objective. Be very clear, very crisp, and do not fill it with the 10 lines or 15 lines. Okay, try making it smaller as possible. Okay, then talk about your professional exposure. So as I said, like, it's mention your years of experience first. Okay, and what is your core function or area where you have performed, role, and what things have you utilized as a solution, okay, in your during this tenure. Then 7+ of years of experience, you can mention like what tools have you used, okay, in during this solutioning, right? Then talk about the experience with vendor management. So you good with the onboarding of the devices, good with the collaboration, good with the performance tracking, okay, whether the device is meeting the Windows 11 criteria or not, all sort of things. Okay, with EUC solutions, so especially this should be something with EUC solution, right? Then you have a deep understanding of modern device management strategies. You're good with hybrid, okay, auto provisioning, compliances, conditional, zero trust architecture, okay, all sort of things you are good at. Then talk about your proven expertise, what you are very much confident of doing, okay, and what you have already utilized in your environment. Talk about that. You have a strong grasp. So these wording, okay, whatever wording you are seeing here, okay, you can also change it by adding AI. Maybe you can use the chat GPT or whatever tool you feel like. You can change these words. Okay, do not go line by line. Try utilizing your expertise in that and frame it accordingly. Then hands-on experience with Azure AD. Okay, so whatever tool or whatever technologies you have utilized, you can mention that. Then you are skilled with creating, maintaining technical documentation, as I talked, HLD. So documentation part is really crucial if you are working as an architect, or if you're working as a, even though if you're working as a low level engineer, if you're knowing these documentation parts, it adds up lots of it highlights that yes, you are capable enough of accepting the next role. Okay, you're not just coming for 8 hours shift and you're just performing your duties and you're going home. Familiar with agile scrum methodologies, so yeah, as I said, you can also do all sort of detailing. Experience with integrating, so whatever experience that in your multi-cloud environment or Azure or AWS you have already leveraged, you can mention that. Proficient in scripting and proficient in domain knowledge. So these two things adds up, like in your previous organization, whatever domain you have been working with, what things did you accomplish over there, you need to mention in this format. And at last, you need to mention your LinkedIn profile here. Okay, so that people should click on it and they can directly go to your LinkedIn and they can take a look how your profile is and how much you popular or how much your network is. Okay, so this is where the first piece of work comes in. Second page, you can talk about the academic and certification. So this is where you can talk about whatever, if you're doing any latest courses or degrees, you can mention. If you have done any sort of internship or whatever, as in schooling, you can talk about it. So all those academics you can talk. This is when you can talk about the certifications. So whatever certifications you have worked, uh, talk like the same. Okay. Then comes to the technology front. Okay, now technology aspects. So as I said, this is where you need to talk about the tools. Okay, people are not utilizing this piece. You can talk about what tools have you used, okay, and when and how many experience you have with this. So that way they will gauge, like, okay, this person is having good experience with SCCM, he's having a 10 plus years of experience. Microsoft Intune is having a good experience in, like, and what was the latest usage, when was the last it was used. Okay, so all these things you can mention in your resume. Also some soft skills, as I said, maybe leadership, okay, or anything that you feel like, okay, you can also add it down here. Okay, and whatever tool that you have started utilizing, you can keep on adding here in this bracket, and you can mention the experience and when, which years you have used it recently. So now Azure Foundry is something which is AI, Azure AI. Okay, if you go to ai.microsoft.com, okay, you will figure it out. What is this? So people have started using this. This is specially designed for agentic AI and lots of integration, lots of ML and other piece of work you can do with this. So start checking this out as well. Copilot is integrated already with all uh, tools like auto Outlook, PowerPoint, Excel and all sort of things. So everywhere is autopilot is now integrated. So you start using this autopilot as well. That is also a transformation. It's like modern workplace and AI, agentic AI sort of thing. Okay, so this is what you can talk about your technology stack and mention all the technologies that you have worked so far in your environment. Okay, that is what you can mention here. Then your employment. So this is very critical. Like, I mean, I have observed so far in my experience, like people talk about it. Can you give a brief description about your uh, which company to which company you have worked? Was it contract and all sort of things? So they do. So this employment field, significantly added a value here, because they don't need to go through and connect with you each, for each employment, and they are asking for the detailing. So in the resume itself, you can talk about it, what you have done, what you have not done. Okay, and we can mention, like, if this was on a contract job, you can mention that why did you leave the job. Why? Because this was a contract, so that's why I moved it to permanent job, right? Why you left permanent job here? Okay, why? Because I want to grow with the new technology. Now people if say, why you're changing the job, tell that I'm not getting a AI exposure in my environment, and that's what I'm heading to, and I'm looking forward as in cloud engineer or maybe architect. So I require some additional benefit out of it. I don't want to uh, leave the market, because if you don't learn, if you don't nourish your skills, at times it will come like people will ask you to leave the organization, and wherever you go, if you do not have your skill polished, uh, it will be very difficult. And AI is a damn thing that is now running and is haunting the market. We should know about it. So that's what I'm emphasizing on it. Tell clearly that I was looking for something AI, or I was looking for something cloud environment, I was looking for something Azure environment, right? And in my environment it wasn't like that, and that's why I moved it to enhance or polish my skill and to enrich my knowledge. Okay, that's why I shifted. So you can, you should be knowing it, how to deal with these HR rounds, or how to deal with these technical rounds, especially uh, L1 is something that you need to crack first. Okay, so L1 is something that you need to crack, where they will only simply check your behavior, your confidence. Okay, they will check your behavior, your confidence, and they will check how knowledge, like how much do you have that knowledge about the domain. Okay, then in the next level, like L2, where they will check about something technical. Okay, and also they will give you some scenarios there, they will check your reasoning skills. Okay, one L2 is done, then there will be something client interview. Okay, and that client interview purely check about your repo. Okay, your communication, he will only check about your communication plus technical. Okay, once client is done, maybe there would be a manager round. Okay, so manager will only check how do you obey, okay, his task, and how confident are you in doing it. Okay, sometimes you don't know, like if he's saying something like, do you know how to operate Power BI, can you create a report on Power BI for me? Don't tell them, no, 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 I don't know Power BI what it is, or I have never expertise in this. Tell them, yes, I had seen my previous architects, they were doing it on Power BI, or I had a separate team who were doing on the reporting side, but definitely I will learn in 7 days and I'll definitely help you creating any sort of thing, any report. Okay, but at the end he will know that yes, you are obeying him, you have a good repo, you are obedient, you follow his instruction, and you are good, as a human being you're good, and you know how to diplomatically handle things. So he will definitely give you a okay, and then you can crack the interview, you'll get the offer letter. Okay, so these things comes into the thing, we'll talk about it, we'll have a session on how to appear for the interviews, and what sort of confidence, what sort of things you should talk about it, and what should you not. Okay, we'll have a word. So next we'll talk about the project wise. So here in the project, okay, you can give the client name, whatever client you have worked, and whatever your role is. Okay, what tools were there in your environment, and what tools like you have used, what is your responsibilities, roles and responsibility, you could need to talk about it. And then you talk about the project description, like what project was aimed to do, and what responsibility do you carry out to figure and fix that problem. Okay, so that was the project. So this is how you can mention all the project detailing.
Vaibhav, this is Lakshmi here.
Yes, Lakshmi.
Can we mention client name in the resume? Because I heard that a couple of managers they asked me to hide the client's name.
I mean, I never come across such issues ever. But of course, if you don't want to reveal, you can just give the initials name. For example, it if it's uh, like JCI, something like that. So if it's Jonathan something Cloud or something like that, you can keep it simple. Okay, keep it in initials, and then you can give your name. So if in interviews, if he's asking like who's the client name, do you want to, so tell in front, see, if the client is not confidential, you can tell like this is the name. If not, then tell like, see, it's confidential, we cannot reveal the name of, but he was part of the banking domain, and this is what we have done so far for him.
Okay.
Okay, so that is what you can mention here. Maybe initials will work. And then talk about the projects, whatever you have completed so far, and what you have implemented solutions to it, you can mention here. So for like if you are experienced, definitely projects will be like more than 5, 6, 7. Okay, so you need to be very crisp and clear about it. Do not fill the entire page for the project. Okay, try to keep it as smaller. Okay, try to make it break down in something like that. This is something, and this is what my roles and responsibilities, and I was doing this and that, and these were the tools. So tools actually gives you the grip. Okay, so if he's using some other tool, so he will say, okay, what if I'm using a Jira, okay, and he is using some thing like there was some other tool name, I'm not sure, there was some cloud up or something like that. So if you're using different tool, and if you said like are you familiar with that, so tell like, okay, it's very similar with Jira, I don't mind, I will learn it. Okay, and I will upskill. In 1 week I will learn and I will start using that. Maybe he's using cloud conferences, okay, and we are not using conference, we're using something internal documentation piece. So we can tell, okay, it's nothing different. I mean, I've already used this, so conference is nothing to new. It will just only take a week or so. So I will get hands on and I'll get going. So talk in such confidence, like it's nothing new, it's just a tool name which can be different, some things, some properties, maybe a functionality may change, but the end goal, or end goal may be something similar. So I will utilize it, I will learn and I'll use it. Okay, so that is where you need to talk about the projects. And then once your project information is completed, this is where you need to talk about the end of the slide. You need to talk about the personal details. Okay, so personal details, you can talk about the father name and all. Some people do talk about the passports and as well. I don't think we need to talk all this, but if passport is required, if the role is something you need to go to outside, maybe on site or something, definitely you can mention passport. But I don't think passport is required at any cost. Yes, language, your resident and your family details is also, depends. But to furnish it, it gives you more, relevancy, okay, of that candidature. So that is what you can mention, and then last you can mention this, and this is where you can do the signature. Okay, that's it. And I think it may vary from people to people, okay, because I'm just giving you a format. But if you want to change in your format, you can also do that. If you want to keep the same format, you can also do that. I don't mind. But only thing is, do not do a copy paste, because there are lots of people, if you're using the similar pattern or similar uh, performer, try making some changes, so it will nothing look like a replica of one resume to many people. Okay, so that was the end of the slide. And last thing, just want to talk about your pillars. If I said pillars, so in your in your enterprise, go on mute who's not speaking. If you're use as an expertise for EUC architect, okay, I'm just telling you what things should you know about as an architect, or if you're leading to that level, if you're nearing to the 10 plus years or more than that, then definitely you should seek for the architect. So first thing, as in modern device management, you should know about Intune and SCCM. Okay, then Windows Autopilot and hybrid co-management. This is a piece of work, because now we are going to migrate all on-premises machines to cloud. Okay, so we need to know about the cloud management and co-management and autopilot, and compliance and conditional policies. This is like a soul of the entire cloud, we should know. Then security wise, what protections should we know? Okay, like defender for endpoint, we should know about the ASR, chips and all. BitLocker, we should know very much, because this comes as a security baselines. We should know BitLocker is there, TPM should be there. Okay, machine should be on the latest ASR, or whatever your VPN is, that should be on the latest version, all sort of things. That is a basic baselines. Then you should know about the zero trust architecture. How does that work? Then cloud and identities. So here we talk about how Entra works. Okay, Entra ID, how group policies work, and how privileged access management works. All sort of things you should know about it. Then policies wide, I think someone said in last interviews, like if we are creating compliance policies, and if we have four major platforms, okay, Windows, Linux, iOS, iPad and Android, five platforms are there. So how many policies will you create for MDM and MAM? Okay, that was the question. I think in the last interview someone had been asked for this. So you should know about all these answers. Okay, policies if you have created. What about the multi-cloud? Okay, you should know at least AWS is the top cloud service platform services, okay, in current era, and Azure is the next. So Azure having a more data center, AWS having a more grip in the market. So we should know both of it. Okay, it's called multi-cloud. That is where you can come as a cloud architect. Okay, you should know both the tools, how those works, and how to implement that. And then operational strategies. So here you need to talk about the PowerShell, Graph API, automation. Especially operation is something where you can simplify things as much as possible and automate so that we can save. So one thing just to add here, someone has one person is from ST. Okay, he came to me very recently, and he said like uh, because of the AI, okay, lots of people are losing the job. What should I do next? I told him to learn automation. Okay, so automation. So first thing I said, learn automation, how to automate things in your environment, and learn AI. Okay, so AI, what he's saying, what should I learn? AI. So there are lots of things that is AI in AI. I have told him something that is relevant to him in his as per his environment, and he has successfully executed. So there were like 20 people who were supporting SD. So out of 20 people, only 5 people have retained. Why? Because they upskilled themselves. Okay, and these 15 people are no longer with the organization, and out of this 5 people, this fellow was also one of them. Okay, so if you say that jobs are no longer, jobs are there, service desk people are losing their job, all those call centers now, I'd say, if you are not aware about the call centers, so now call center, now we have IVR, okay, interactive voice response. So now whenever you are calling to any like banks or anything, okay, there you will listen this IVR, okay, and someone, like if you want to know about, if you change your credit card pin, you want to block your credit card, or you want to upgrade your credit card or whatever, okay, or you want to take loan on your credit card, so all these coming from the IVR itself. So now those call center guys who are doing operations 24 by 7, they do not require it now because of IVR, and we have automatic responses. So lots of things now have automated. So that's why I'm saying, if you are in this current era, and if you are looking forward something to enhance your knowledge, do go with the AI, learn automation, learn cloud, so that you stay relevant, okay, in the uh, organization, or maybe in this entire technology world. Okay, so that is what I talked about: PowerShell, Graph API, then vendor management. You should know how to contract, negotiate with contracts, and all sort of things. And technical documentation, you should be knowing about HLD, LLD, and BCP. So high level documentation, low level documentation, and BCP. So that was overall session for today. And do let me know if there is any questions or doubt. I'll certainly answer and clear it up.
Yeah, thanks, Vaibhav.
Thank you. Any questions? No? No questions?
Many thanks, Vaibhav. Many thanks.
Hey, no problem. Thank you so much. So I'll share this sample resume in the community. You guys can go and download it, and from there you can start modifying accordingly and make the changes, and then utilize it for your next job role. Okay.
Sure, Vaibhav. Thank you so
And
much.
Vaibhav, so do we have any other formats, like so for any SSM or Intune? Tool?
No, I mean currently this is the one which is relevant, and I have like observed so many formats, and after that I have curated this one.
Yes. Okay. Sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye.
Thanks, Vaibhav.